We're talking about a Sainsburys store in Holborn in central London, which on Saturday was picketed by demonstrators calling on the grocer to boycott Israeli goods. No one seems to have taken ownership of this protest. Police don't seem to have a record of it, although, to be fair, if there wasn't trouble, they wouldn't have a record of it. But a number of kosher items, in fact, a whole shelf-load, were removed from the store by staff. It's not clear exactly whose decision it was, worried that there might be an attack because a Birmingham branch of Tesco on that day, a demonstration had got out of hand and, well, they wreaked havoc by tearing stuff off the kosher sections of the shelves. But is Britain in danger of pandering to racist extremists? And yes, I do think you are a racist extremist if you want to go around supermarkets ripping food off the shelves because it's made in a particular country or is catering to a particular religious group. Yeah, I've got an issue with that. Was Sainsbury's right to remove the goods? 0345 6060 973 is the number to call. Let's talk to Adam in South Woodford. Hi, Adam.
Hi there. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for calling. What do you want to say?
That's okay. I mean, look, this is a terrible situation. They shouldn't have had to remove goods from the store because of people protesting for free Gaza. But the question is, why are they protesting? Why are they having to remove kosher goods made in England for British Jews over an issue that is not in this country? And the reason is it's not really about free Gaza at all. It's about anti-Semitism because, in this last weekend, 2 synagogues were defaced, one in Southgate, one in Cockfosters, with free Gaza. What's that got to do with British Jews? Nothing. It's all about a thinly veiled anti-Semitic attack. Charity shops were broken into. I was part of a rally in Brighton that was completely peaceful. There was over 1,500 of us calmly saying we stand with Israel. We're not saying down with Islam or anything like that. We didn't have any need for anyone to take any halal goods off the shops because we weren't being aggressive or oppressive or trying to get people to do things that are threatening. In Birmingham, what happened in Tesco's, this is probably why Sainsbury's did this. Yeah. They were selling Israeli goods. They all steam in, get aggressive. It's all about anti-Semitism. It's got nothing to do with Israel. And until people realise that's the case, it's never going to change. What's going on? Why are they not protesting against the terrible things happening that are shocking me in Syria?
Well, this is one of the things. I've got issues with. I've actually been. I want a two-state solution. I think I'm like most people in Britain. I think the Israeli government it perhaps does some things which I don't want to take sides in this one now at 3:25 in the afternoon. But the Israeli government does stuff that is not in its own interest. There's no question at all. UN are very clear. The illegal settlements they should be gone. Absolutely no question at all. I want the people of Gaza to live freely, but I'd like Hamas to stop bombing innocent Israelis as well. I can see fault on both sides. I can see merit on both sides. But it seems to me there are a lot of people in this country, particularly on the left, who have seen an opportunity to attack Israel, which they view as also a thinly veiled way of attacking America and as attacking Jews. When if you look at the people living if you're looking at Muslims being subjugated and being murdered and being attacked, actually you've got plenty of other countries to choose from, but they're only choosing Israel, and that to me, like for you, raises big question marks for me.
I totally agree with you. There's certainly terrible things happening all over the world that are causing aggravation. But what makes me, you mentioned about the bias on the left, and I'm going to have to bring the BBC into this, because over the weekend we had 2 synagogues defaced, British synagogues with British Jews. We had Norwood charity shop smashed in. We had an Orthodox couple turned away from a bed and breakfast because when they got there, it was an Orthodox Jewish couple. They turned around and said, I'm sorry, you can't stay here, we don't like Jews. We didn't realise you were Jewish. Now, all of that is high news. But what did the BBC actually put on their website today as their big news? There was a protest in Israel about a Jew marrying a Muslim. They made that the big news story, not the fact that people in this country are scared to walk the streets because they are Jewish. And I'll tell you, it's a serious problem. It's happening all over Europe.
But bear in mind, also, I've got plenty of calls in recent years of people talking about how they're scared as Muslims to walk the street and women being spat at, men being attacked. So
let me tell you something. I agree. All race hate is unacceptable, okay? But the fundamental difference is, and a lot of people don't realise this, There are 250,000 Jewish people living in the UK. We are a tiny but vocal minority. We are nobody compared to 3.1 million of people who follow Islam. I believe that's the correct amount. So we are nothing. We're not even a straw in the wind. But it's getting to the point. I can't believe I'm actually going to say this. I can't believe I'm saying it on radio. I can't believe I'm even thinking it. But I truly believe that within 5 years, it will be untenable for me or my family to live in this country.
Really?
And I'm honestly making plans to leave. Where I'm going to go, probably, who knows? Maybe the States, maybe Israel, I don't know. I haven't even thought about moving to Israel. Golf's not that great there. But in reality, I can't think about living here. And I never thought I'd ever say that in this place. On Wednesday night, I was at a meeting of the British Board of Deputies. It's about 1,000 Jews there saying, look, what are we all doing? I got up and said, we're at war against this onslaught of anti-Jewish media. And some of it is so casual, even to the point where if you take into some of the phraseology that's being used, the casual, incorrect lies that are spread by the, as you said, the left, it's Jew-bashing, for want of a better word. They used to say that in the 30s that that Jews were child killers and murderers. Do you know what? That's what they're saying about Israel now. Facts are that the UN, unfortunately, has got its way of doing things, and it's not always correct. There's been a lot of people that have said how many people are killed. There was a British colonel that I was talking to over the weekend. His name was Richard Kemp. And he's been over to Israel and actually been involved with some of the humanitarian stuff that's over there. And he said, actually, it's not... Over 2,000 people that have been killed, and believe you me, anybody getting killed at the moment anywhere is wrong. He says, what the UN are quoting isn't correct. I'm not saying it's okay to have one civilian casualty, but it's not how it's being portrayed.
No, there are a lot of different things being thrown about on both sides. Adam, I'm going to have to leave it there. I very much want to hear different points of view on this. I've got lots of calls. I'd like to hear from you. I mean, Adam, very much the view Sainsbury's shouldn't remove goods from the supermarket. We got into, obviously, the issues of anti-Semitism, and that's what I think this is about, pandering to racist extremism.